Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and this is going to be another classic movie review. I know I said my next review would be for True Blood, but I decided I'd watch one more classic movie, and I wanted to watch this one for you guys. Now this time, it's a little bit different this time, because this time I'm actually reviewing to a foreign film. Now, this movie was a really big foreign film. It's considered one of the best foreign films of all time. It won a bunch of things at the Oscars, and that movie is Life is Beautiful. It is a 1997 drama, dramedy. Life is Beautiful. Now, this movie, I was really looking forward to it. I remember I watched a YouTube user's DVD update, and they were showing this movie there, and I was very interested in it. I looked up the trailer, and I've always wanted to see this movie. When I found out this movie was on Netflix, I'm like, yes, I am watching it. I really wanted to see this movie. I was really looking forward to watching this movie, and I love this movie. Oh my god, guys. I absolutely love Life is Beautiful. It was an amazing movie. It was so powerful, and it was surprisingly really funny as well. Probably one of the funniest movies I've seen. Probably one of my favorite comedies, definitely. I would consider this movie a comedy. So what's this movie about? Well, the first half, well, actually, it's kind of, like, complex. The first half of this movie is basically about this guy, Guido, played by Roberto Benigni. He is just moving to Italy. He's becoming a waiter. He's completely, like, has no idea what he's doing. It's really funny to watch. He and his friend are going there, and basically, he sees this girl, he basically meets the girl of his dreams, Dora. She is this very, very rich girl who, he calls her princess and everything, and he really, really likes her. She is engaged to be married to this other guy, and basically he wants to romance her. He's trying to be a waiter, but he still has no idea what he's doing. And basically, eventually, they do get together and everything. And then the second half of the movie, it's completely different, because that's when the movie gets really interesting. They have a son, Joshua, who, they have a son, Joshua, who they, basically are having a happy life and everything until Guido and Joshua are sent to until all three of them are sent to a concentration camp, unfortunately. And rather than making it a very hard time for Joshua and having him go through a very hard experience, Guido decides to make it a game for Joshua. He wants to just make it a game, where basically the game is, their game is, there's this tank, basically, and whoever wins 1,000 points, wins the tank. Basically, whoever wins, 1,000 points wins the tank, and basically, he tried to make it, so, that's how the concentration camp is, and that's a really cool plot, and that's what I love about this movie, is that how positive this movie really is. It's one of the most positive movies you can watch, believe it or not. And let's just get to the acting. The acting in this movie is so, so good. For a foreign movie, too. The other thing I'll say about this movie, before I get to the acting, is it's extremely easy to understand. It's probably one of the easiest foreign movies I can understand. Like, say you walked away from the screen, and you couldn't read the subtitles, or, for some reason you're glancing at something else, you can't look at the subtitles. It's fine, because you can actually, with the subtitles, you can actually just find out what's going on. It's really easy to tell what's going on in every single scene. Let's start with the main guy, Roberto Benigni. Holy shit, this guy is amazing. Oh my god, he directed this movie. He won an Oscar for Best Actor. He deserves it so much. He's very charismatic. His screen presence is just wow. He is amazing on the stage. On the screen. He commands the screen, he commanded this movie. He was so, so good in this movie. He was so funny at times. There's literally this one scene where he's literally talking to his uncle. This is when he's a waiter, and he's asking, how do I cut the meat? What do I do here? And then he's, giving an order to someone. It sounds really, basic, but it's really funny the way they did that. And then, it also showed how much, and I loved, how much Guido loved his son. The chemistry, the love between Joshua and Guido is undeniable. You can tell that he really loved his son. He wanted to make this such a great experience for his son. He didn't want his son to be, scared or anything, because he knew his son would cry if he was scared. He knew his son, would be killed if something bad were to happen to him. So rather than having him killed, he made it into a simple game, which was a lot of fun for him, and I thought he did a really great job. Nicoletta Braschi played Dora. She was really good. I liked at first in the movie she was really fun to watch. Like she really didn't want anything to do with him, but then he finally got to her, and I liked that about them. I liked that they had chemistry right away. Like whenever he met up with her, they had chemistry right away, and they were definitely really great together. You could see that their love was great too. And then of course there's the kid, Giorgio Taranini. He was really great in the movie as Joshua. He is one of the best child actors I think I've seen. Like, he was really, really great in the movie. He was as good as Roberto Benigni. Like, he was really, really great. And I thought he did a really great job in the movie, and I really enjoyed his performance overall. He gave a wow performance. Really, really good. And then the only other person I think I'll talk about is, Gistino Durano. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these names right, but he played, his uncle. Very funny. Very funny in the movie, and just really, really great. Now let's get to some spoilers from the movie. If you guys have not seen Life is Beautiful, I really recommend you see it. I know it's a foreign movie, but you guys really should check it out because it's one of the best foreign movies I have personally seen. I love this movie. Alright. So, of course, as we know, we get to that final part where, there's a lot of chaos at the camp and everything. It's going a little crazy. And basically, he knows that something bad is going to happen to him, so he makes it seem like they're winning the game and everything, and he just tells his son to stay in that sweatbox. And oh my god, the moment that Guido was looking for Dora, I wasn't sure what was going to happen to him, but when he was executed, I wanted to cry, but it was just like, wow, he sacrificed himself for his son. That's how much he cares. And his son never found out about it. His son never found out. Obviously, he knew his father was dead, I'm sure, in his later years. But when he was a little, he still never found out about it. And the thing is, it went along with the game because the tank actually does approach them. By the way, when that guy started speaking English, I was like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, I was so surprised when that guy started speaking English. I was so surprised because most of this movie's in Italian, and there's subtitles, and then this guy comes on, and he's like, hey there, little boy, you don't recognize me, do you? And I'm like, okay, this isn't just a foreign movie, this is just supposed to represent, how people in Italy talked, and how it really worked very well. I love the way they did that overall. I thought that was really cool. I've never seen any other foreign movie do that. I thought that was really cool, actually, the way they did that. And then, of course, the ending is, we find out that he thinks he's won the game, and just, wow, such a great movie. So yeah, those are really all the spoilers. Now let me talk about the other thing in this movie, which, of course, is that this could be one of the most depressing movies I could watch. Like, there's so many depressing Holocaust movies. Anne Frank, Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I haven't seen any of these. I will be watching Boy in the Striped Pajamas and The Pianist. I'll be watching both of those. Don't think they're going to be as good as this. This is by far the best Holocaust movie I've seen because it made me feel sad. It left a positive impact on me. It made me realize, like, the message of this movie is to live every single day like Guido. That's the message of this movie. To live every single day like Guido, to be like Guido, to basically make the best out of every situation. Guido and Joshua were in a dire situation. Rather than dwell on it, rather than be upset about it, yes, he was upset when he wasn't with Joshua. But when he was with Joshua, he was completely positive about it. He went along with this game. He made it seem like it was a game for his son. And wow, that was undeniably powerful. The way that he did that. Like, everything he did was so, so positive. And it was so, so great to see. I really enjoyed that a lot about the movie. It really showed that it was really, really great the way they did that. I love that too. My only question though is, did the other people who were in the concentration camps, did they actually realize what was going on? Because most of the time when he was doing something, they were like, what are you doing? Like, they gave him this look like, what are you doing? But then I guess eventually they did catch on, I'm sure, but I like that a lot. Also, the director of this movie is actually Roberto Benigni, and, he also, of course, starred in the movie, but he's also the director of the movie. He did a really great job directing the movie as well, made it very positive. Now, this movie won for 3 things. It won for Best Foreign Film, it won for Best Actor for Roberto Benigni, and Best Original Score. Yes, the original score is one of the catchiest original scores. I'm literally not going to be able to get that song out of my head. It's just like, da 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 da. Da, 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 da. I'm not going to be able to get that song out of my head. It's extremely catchy. It's played throughout the whole movie, and it works really well. By the way, I love the way they start this movie out as a comedy. It makes you think, they're going to be okay and everything, and it really sets the tone for the movie, because you think you know what you're getting yourself into, and you don't. Like, the second half of the movie, you think it's going to be all dramatic and everything, and it turns out, while it is dramatic, it's fun. It's a fun movie. Like, the whole movie's fun. Even though there's sad moments, it's a fun movie, and the reason this movie is called Life is Beautiful is because it shows how important life is. It shows to make the best out of bad situations in life. If you make good out of bad situations, then life will be beautiful. And the whole part of the movie is that they love each other more than life, and that's really what they're trying to show in this movie. And they do such a great job with showing it. I love this movie. It's by far my favorite of these classic movies I've watched for you guys. I absolutely loved it. I'd like to watch another foreign movie, because I enjoyed this one overall. Maybe in the future I will watch another foreign movie for you. There was one I was considering watching, and I might watch it now because I really enjoyed this one. But yeah, overall, I really loved Life is Beautiful. It was a really terrific movie. Just such a great movie. It made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me feel for these characters. It just made me really, really care for them, and I really loved that about this movie. Okay, so that's it for my review of Life is Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of this movie. That's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be my review for this time it will be my review for the series premiere of the season premiere of True Blood. So I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.